Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Hopefully you're having a great weekend so far. Today is going to be the wettest day probably of the next 7 days. As we're still in that sort of wet pattern, it's gradually going away. But that is the story today. Scattered storms for our Sunday. That pattern does finally change tomorrow. It's going to be drier for the work week, even into early next weekend, expecting mostly dry conditions every single day. And it will be turning much hotter as a result of that. So we're switching over from a soggy pattern to a really hot and sultry one as we round out the month of July and head into August. Also, we're keeping a close eye on the tropics and the Atlantic basin to see what will be happening getting into the first few days of August. Nothing to stress about just yet, just something to pay close attention to. It's that time of the year, really no shocker there. Here's your Sunday forecast. Getting to about 90 degrees, 89, 91, give or take, so roughly around 90. It's going to be hot and humid today in the afternoon. Scattered storms on and off, hit or miss type for the afternoon and early evening. Not everyone will have to deal with it, but if you do have outdoor plans, just keep an eye on the radar. Maybe have an umbrella or a poncho handy. And then this evening, that quiets down, mostly dry tonight. Temperatures in the 80s this evening, and then eventually the mid to upper 70s tomorrow morning. So here's our chance of rain today at 40%, 30% tomorrow. So a couple storms possible tomorrow. Very hit or miss. Most of us not seeing much. And then we really lose the chance for big rain opportunities Tuesday through Friday. 20% chance of rain every day. That means most of us just see sunny skies, maybe a few clouds, and that's about it. One or two spot showers and rumbles of thunder are possible, but it's going to be few and far between. And that really kind of is the trend into early next weekend too. So this is what we have this week. With the lower rain chances, with the high pressure building in overhead in the upper levels of the atmosphere, that's also going to heat us up every single day. So say goodbye to the below average temperatures we've been enjoying, because it's going to get really sweltering this week. Today about 91, 93 tomorrow, and then we take off into the mid 90s every single day. Some of us may get to the upper 90s. It really just depends, especially if you see absolutely no rain, which most of us won't see much rain this week. Some of us can get to the upper 90s. It's going to be really hot, plus it will be very humid, so it'll probably feel like around 105 to 108 degrees, maybe up to 110 in a few areas for many days this week. So if you will be outdoors, catching up on outdoor chores like cutting the grass, other things, if you just have to work outside all day, this is the week. Keep yourself hydrated, take it easy outside, try not to overdo it, because we've been, treated to these cloudy, rainy, cooler, slightly cooler conditions. This could be like a big shock and surprise, since it's been a couple weeks since we had to deal with the really oppressive heat and humidity. So that's what's coming up the next several days into early next weekend. Another thing we'll be watching closely and talking about for a lot of days to come, the tropics. This is the area we've been talking about the last few days. Now has a little bit better of a chance for tropical development the last few days of July into the first few days of August. Doesn't look like much now on our satellite imagery, because that's really not the area exactly we'll be watching. It's off to the east, this tropical wave that's going to move west and interact with this area sort of, and then head in this westerly, northwesterly direction, either towards the northern Caribbean or into the western Atlantic, into the Bahamas. So long time to track this, long-term area to watch. A lot of things are going to change just day by day. So we're taking it day by day here. This is the GFS forecast. Again, not a good idea to pay attention to just one model run, because they change a lot from run to run. And the GFS is issued multiple times during the day, every day. So this is not going to be something that's set in stone this far out in time. But some positive signs is that, it's not really showing like much is going to come of this from this model run, but take that with a grain of salt. The GFS is indicating it's just going to be a sloppy, disorganized area of moisture that moves across the greater Antilles into the northern Caribbean by next Saturday, 1 week from now. That's one model solution. The European model is a little bit more aggressive with developing it later into the work week. So the next couple days, not much is going to happen with this. It's not until the work week we'll have a better idea of what's going to transpire. So the European model, again, a little bit more aggressive with developing it into something more interesting, a more defined system closer to the Bahamas next Saturday. And it's going to get guided around this area of high pressure. That's what it's looking like from this model run. Again, not a good idea to get hung up on exactly the details with this, because this will change too, of course. So just showing you a rough idea with the big global models. This is what we have of roughly 1 week from now. So a lot is going to change. What we'll be watching is the upper pattern. High pressure is going to be sitting over us, the central Gulf Coast, for many days. That's why it's going to be so hot and dry. Starts to shift off to the west next weekend, but high pressure off to the east. That is what we're going to be watching also for guiding this potential low pressure area, this potential tropical development. It looks like it will be guiding it more so to the north off the U.S. East Coast next weekend. Again, not written in stone. That will certainly change up a lot. Just really important to stay tuned to the latest forecasts with this. It's really that time of the year. A good reminder to have your plans in place just in case there is a storm coming. Not saying that it is with this, but it's just a good reminder to have the plans, have the supplies, know what you'll do if there happens to be a storm coming to where you live. And for the New Orleans area, not worried about that over the next week. There are no impacts to the Gulf Coast from now through next Saturday. That's how it looks now. But it's too early to say, where this is going to go, how much it will develop, how much it will strengthen, will it develop? Just tons of unknowns because it's so far out in time. There's nothing to officially track yet either. So this is what we have. Basically, what we saw yesterday, or what we talked about yesterday, just development is possible near the Caribbean, maybe the Western Atlantic later this week into next weekend. Again, we'll be watching this every day to fine tune those details. So this is our 7-day forecast here at home. It's just going to be hot with lots of sunshine every day. Middle 90s, maybe some upper 90s. Again, feeling like well into the triple digits every afternoon. It will be a scorcher. Scattered storms today, and then the rest of the week, not too much rain as we say goodbye to July and welcome in August. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back for the WWL Louisiana News this evening.